How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. How to outsmart and disarm a narcissist quickly. That is the title of this video. Outsmarting and disarming a narcissist involves actions that protect you from the effect of a narcissist. Actions that protect you from the effect of a person who has narcissism. So in this video, I'm going to give you specific actions to outsmart and disarm a narcissist to reduce their impact on your mental health. Number one, you have to be very careful around mutual friends and acquaintances. These mutual friends and acquaintances are what we call the flying monkeys. Narcissist is the master manipulator. They will do everything to get information about you from those mutual friends. You know, when you meet your mutual friends with the narcissist, you'll find yourself giving them information about you, about your whereabouts, about your plans, about your new relationships. Now, these friends will carry that information and pass it to the narcissist because to them, the narcissist is a good person probably. You know very well, narcissists are very charming. They are manipulators, number one. So, make sure your plan secrets are as dark as the night. Don't let your mutual friends know about them because they'll easily pass those information secrets to the narcissist, and the narcissist will always use that against you. Number two way of outsmarting and disarming the narcissist is to understand your triggers very well. What are your weaknesses? What are your insecurities? The narcissist is very good at discovering what makes you fearful, what makes you afraid, what makes you ashamed, what embarrasses you. When you argue with the narcissist, they use those insecurities against you. So to disarm, to outsmart that narcissist, you need to understand what triggers you. What are your buttons that if the narcissist presses them, then it will make you react. So the narcissist is very quick to know, to find out everything about your relationships, everything about your finances, what are you insecure about. Now, when you know your triggers, it helps you, it protects you from being caught off guard by the narcissist. You know, when the narcissist presses those buttons to trigger you, and you know it, you'll be well armed, you'll remain calm, you'll remain cool, you'll remain collected. Now, the number three way of outsmarting the narcissist, sometimes you have to manipulate the narcissist by taking the narcissist's side when they are upset. An angry narcissist, an upset narcissist is a very dangerous one. When a narcissist is upset, when they're very angry, it's sometimes good to play safe by taking their sides so that you don't become their next target. Try to be sympathetic with them. You might even say, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry. If I was in your shoes, if I was you, I would also be upset and mad and angry. That way you avoid unnecessary conflicts. Now, that's a very cool way of outsmarting the narcissist. Another way of outsmarting and disarming the narcissist is to keep up the image. Keep up your image as a straightforward person who doesn't take any nonsense from anybody. You see, narcissists don't play games with people who don't take nonsense. They fear them. So, show the narcissist that you don't take nonsense from anyone, including them. Narcissists love people who will tolerate them, people who will play games with them. They hate people who are no-nonsense people because these people are very difficult and harder to manipulate. These people will be very difficult to fall into the narcissist charms and traps. So, don't appear gullible to the narcissist. This will scare them and they will not play games with you. You know, you will outsmart them and disarm them that way. The other way of outsmarting and disarming the narcissist is not to react and, if possible, go no contact. If you can't go no contact, then try grey rocking. Use the grey rock method. Any communication you receive from the narcissist, don't react. Any provocation, don't react. Because the narcissist will want a reaction from you. The best thing to do is go no contact. It might be difficult, it might be painful, but remember, you need that space to heal. You need that space to move on. Going no contact means you breaking free from that narcissistic abuse on your own terms. It means you cutting ties with that narcissist. It means you no longer interacting with the narcissist the way you used to. It means not meeting the narcissist. It means not answering the narcissist calls, not responding to their text messages. Now, it can be a little harsh to treat a narcissist, but if you've been emotionally manipulated, mistreated, abused by a narcissist for a long time, then going no contact is a step that you must take, that you need to take for your own health, for your own good health, mental health. Another way of outsmarting and disarming the narcissist is to use your emotional intelligence and knowledge about narcissism to your advantage. Remember, knowledge is power. When you know the narcissists well, you know their predictable reactions and moods. This knowledge will help you. Use this knowledge to fuel your strength and to develop offensive strategies. You know the narcissist better than they know themselves. So be careful, be creative, think out of the box. If you've read the book called The Art of War by Sun Tzu, you will know that Sun Tzu says, if you know yourself and if you know your enemy, then even in 1,000 battles, you won't lose any. So another way of outsmarting the narcissist is to keep your cards close to your chest. Don't explain yourself to a narcissist. The more you try to explain yourself, the weaker your position becomes. Explaining yourself to a narcissist gives them more power and control over you. They get more things, more words, more ways to use you, to misuse, to hurt you and to manipulate you and to dismantle you and to damage you and to cause pain in your life. Now, another way to outsmart and disarm the narcissist. Only interact with the narcissist on those days that things are going their way. Interact with the narcissist on their good days only, because those are the days that it's easy to handle the narcissist. Those are the days that the narcissists are most malleable. In short, have no contact with them if they are in their bad days. Remember that you will always be their narcissistic supply, especially on those days that they are in bad moods, on those days that they are in their bad days. They will attack you verbally with all their anger, with all their frustration, with all their wrath, to feed their fragile ego in those worst days. So, to outsmart them, avoid them in those worst days. Another way to outsmart and disarm the narcissist, you need to always remain very calm, cool, collected. When the narcissist tries to provoke you by accusing you of being angry, respond by being calm. Respond by with an emotional voice. Do not say anything more. Do not try to explain yourself in any way. Always remain calm and patient, because narcissists are master manipulators and they will do anything and everything to break down your barriers. They want to use your weaknesses and exploit them for their own gain. To avoid this, you will always need to remain calm and patient. Keep your cards close to your chest. Don't snap at the narcissist. Don't get angry. Don't react. Move away from the conversation if possible. Now, to outsmart and disarm the narcissist, avoid a battle, including court battles at all costs. Because one thing about narcissists, they are predictable, but they are also complex, complicated, and they hate to lose, and they hate to be challenged. They hate to be ashamed, embarrassed, exposed, humiliated, or criticized. If that happens, the narcissist will fight to the death to avoid all those occurrences. So, never take punitive actions or actions that appear punitive to the narcissist. Never let the narcissist see you sweating. Don't let the narcissist see your emotions, because they will use them as evidence of your emotional imbalance, as your inability to be effective, maybe even parent, if in the case of co-parenting. So, another way to outsmart the narcissist, give something up periodically to provide an illusion that the narcissist has won. Lie to the narcissist that they've won, just to outsmart them. Because to the narcissist, sometimes if they lose, then you must lose. If they win, you must lose. Narcissists want to see you losing all the time. But you can fool that narcissist and make the situation appear as if you've lost, when in reality it's a win-win. Or maybe you've won and they've lost. Now, sometimes give the narcissist some fake compliments. You can also give them a present so that you can benefit from a certain situation or to buy some time when dealing with the narcissist. You see, when you do that, it boosts, it pushes their egotistic buttons. You know, they feel they're in power, they're in control. Sometimes you can even cook them a favorite meal. You can buy them some, you know, gift, something they like. They will feel good and powerful sometimes, and you will buy your time and escape them. So another way of outsmarting and dismantling disarming the narcissist is to temporarily feed their ego. You know, a narcissist may not treat you with respect because they believe themselves to be special and above you. But they might respect you when you treat them as your king. So you can play with their ego and treat them as a king. Make them feel special temporarily so that you get what you want. Feed that ego. You know, you can do this by asking them for advice. You know, remember one thing about narcissists: they need validation. They need that attention. They need recognition. They want to feel special. They don't like listening to criticism. They want to talk and others to listen. So when you ask them for advice, sometimes they might feel so special. They'll feel like they are more important than you. And that way you can play around with them and have your way. The other way of outsmarting and disarming the narcissist is to keep the fear in them alive. Narcissists are often driven by fear. And that fear, number one, is fear of being publicly humiliated, publicly embarrassed, publicly exposed. To outsmart them, to manipulate them, you need to keep that fear alive. If you want the narcissist to do something your way, you can ask them in a public setting. Because narcissists fear that they may be ashamed for false promises. They'll want to keep their image intact. And so you can use their words against them to avoid being exposed. So publicly request them for something. That way, you will get what you want by playing to that button of them fearing public embarrassment. To outsmart and disarm the narcissist, make sure you set clear boundaries. Set those boundaries, and you don't need to justify or defend yourself to a narcissist, because you can never win with a narcissist. They are master manipulators. Even if you are right, they will still want to win. Be firm with your decision when you deal with a narcissist. Decide in your own what you will tolerate and what you want. You should know when to say yes and when to say no with a narcissist. So, to disarm and outsmart a narcissist, you also need to know the words to use to disarm that narcissist. Set those clear boundaries with a narcissist. When I say setting boundaries, it means having a conversation with the narcissist. You must know what to say to disarm a narcissist cleverly. If you don't do that, they will manipulate you. They will overpower you, because narcissists are master manipulators. So, there are some words that you can use to a narcissist during a conversation to outsmart and disarm them. You can say that you'd like to work something out with them, but don't yell. Alright? Or they should not cut you short. That's what you tell them. You want to discuss something with them, but they should not yell, they should not shout, or they should not cut you short. You can even tell them that you have different perspective on something that you want to talk about. You can tell them, remind them that your ideas and opinions are as important as yours. Their opinions are as important as yours. You can even tell them that you respect their decisions, but they need to understand something about you. You can even tell them that you are happy to consider their wishes, but they should also consider yours. You can even tell them that you should agree to disagree. So, narcissists, you can outsmart them by recognizing that you're dealing with a narcissist. Above all, make sure you know that you're dealing with a narcissist. To outsmart and disarm them, you need to understand the narcissist behaviors, all the tactics and strategies that they use to manipulate or control you, and create boundaries for yourself. Express those boundaries in advance and share when your boundaries have been crossed. Make sure you discuss those things with the narcissists. If they cross your boundaries, tell them. Don't be afraid to have an open conversation in front of others. As I told you earlier in this video, narcissists hate public embarrassment. So when you're having open conversations in public, they are scared. And one rule, if you are discussing anything with a narcissist and things get dangerous, please leave that situation, walk away. Remember that you are in charge of your reactions and your emotions. Always try to find ways to disengage with the narcissist. Don't give the narcissist any attention. So, make sure you outsmart and disarm the narcissist by also agreeing with them. Even if you don't, you can appear as if you've agreed with them. But you yourself, you know what is right. You know what is true. Agreeing with them, is just to manipulate them. Because narcissists love making others feel inferior. So, when you try and agree with them, they feel that you are inferior to them. They will relax. So try to mirror their words to them sometimes and disarm them that easily. So apologize, but make sure the apology is fake, even if you don't need to. You can even tell them that you are the one who made a mistake and that you should have listened to them. If you tell a narcissist this, they get confused. You outsmart them. So again, try to withhold the reactions they want. Don't react. When the narcissist provokes you, when they provoke your emotional reactions from you, then they have power over you. So control your emotions. Make sure you have your emotions controlled. It is best to control your emotions and don't ever dance to the tune of a narcissist. Avoid arguments with a narcissist. These people are master manipulators. It's very difficult to win any argument with them. And also, when you argue with the narcissist, it doesn't matter if you are right or wrong. The narcissist needs to win. They need to be right all the time. So don't give the narcissist negative attention, because they need you to give them that negative attention so that they can get angry at you, so that you can become their target, so that they can swing into narcissistic rage. They can lash out. And that's why narcissists will always lash out to their spouses, because they receive negative attention from them. Don't take responsibility for the narcissist's emotions. They will blame you for their negative emotions. If you accept that blame, then be ready to do everything the narcissist wants. Again, in another way, you can also avoid mirroring the narcissist, especially when they are upset. If the narcissist screams, don't mirror them by screaming back. If they insult you, don't mirror them by insulting them. Try to be calm, cool, collected. The narcissist will always be looking for opportunities to escalate fights, opportunities to have conflicts with you. So when you are having a conversation and interacting with a narcissist, don't give ultimatums, because they will learn from you and they'll also use that on you. Your actions and words provide the narcissist with permission to do the same to you. Remember that. Also try to have records. Document everything that you are going through with the narcissist. Because the narcissists are liars. They will try to make false claims about things that you said or did. They are gaslighters. They'll make you question your reality. So try and have records. Document things. Also try to build your self-esteem when dealing with a narcissist. To outsmart and disarm the narcissist, make sure you build your self-esteem. Narcissists go for individuals with low self-esteem. They go for individuals with low confidence and who are not courageous. So if you build your self-esteem, then you'll find yourself having self-respect, and you'll find yourself setting clear boundaries with a narcissist. Again, don't give in with a narcissist. If they say anything, ask them to agree with your conditions first. Ask them for their consent in writing. Don't commit to anything the narcissist asks you to do. Because narcissists are master manipulators. They will always do everything to have their way. If they force you to commit, if they force you to agree with them, then please physically walk away from them. That way you have your power and control in your own hands. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you. God bless you. Catch you later in the next video.